Hello and welcome to this week's Daily Race B at the DragonTrail, a race where not only do I manage to make up a lot of places, but everybody else seems to want to throw themselves off the track. And as we jump into it, you can see I'm only in position 13. Well, in my defence, I only did put like 2 qualifying laps in, because this week I've taken a whole new attitude to this race. I'm just enjoying it. I've really had some great races, just starting wherever I end up starting, mid-pack, towards the back, working my way through. Far less stressful, much more fun. There was a lot of action on lap 1 and hopefully I'll be able to point it all out to you. Very long straight at DragonTrail, fast right-hander, and then we come into the first chicane where somebody, Papa 91, has gone off already, but not surprising at that corner, happens a lot. Right behind me you can see somebody goes off in a WRX. 2 corners, 2 people off already. And as we approach a hairpin, you can see Gasman in the Nissan gets it all kind of wrong, taking himself off, nearly taking out Ender, and that gave me another place. Next we come to a section of sweeping left and right handers. Now through here you have to be careful. If you go off the line, you're going to be off the track and you're going to lose all kinds of time, which strange enough, exactly what happens to the car in front. Number 10, Butcher, ran off track so slow and he was easy pickings as we came down the hill. And talking of being slow, I was a little bit too cautious on the brakes and 3P sent an absolute dive bomb up the inside. Yes, there was a little bit of contact, but you know what, I'd have gone for that space too. Fair play to him. But now we come to a dreaded chicane of death. So we go into the bends, clip the curbs, taking a few liberties, just skim the left hand barrier, just skim the right hand barrier. And I think I took that quite well. Well, quite well for me anyway. Then, as we approached the bridge and the penalty markers, obviously Ham Bunny in the skyline, he'd done something wrong, served a penalty, that gave me another place. And now we're into the final bend. The car's in 7 and 8 position, getting a little bit tasty with each other, and I get a good run on 3P. Now I'd already decided halfway down the main straight I was going for this overtake, so as we head to the chicane, a little bit later on the brakes, clip the left hand apex, clip the right hand apex, and that's another place gained. However, Ender up in front gets it on the curbs, spins out, and that was another place gained again. Now as we approach this corner, I thought 3P was going to take another dive bomb, but fair play to him, he realised I was on the driving line and he didn't go for it. Good lad. And for the rest of this lap, nothing really happened, so I think at this point we'll jump ahead to the start of lap 3. And as we cross the finish line to get into lap 3, head down the straight, we see the sharp left hander, we see there's a bit of smoke up ahead, couldn't see what happened. But as we get closer we can see that Andy, in the Alpha, had obviously gone off the track, put it in barrier, and that was another place I managed to pick up. And just as we head down the hill, I get a couple of little taps from 3P, just to let me know that he's still hot on my tail, and we head into a section of S-bends again. Now as I said previously, if you don't get your line right in here, you're going to end up going off the track, and that's exactly what happens here. If we look ahead, Tonto went off, lost all the speed, I take him on the inside. But again, somebody else did it, Fisher, and gets me take him on the outside. 2 places gained. Bonus. And if we watch that back, I don't think Tonto was ghosted, so I was lucky not to get a tap. Then we come up to Fisher, who I overtake on the outside, but looking back, 3P went up the inside. That must have stung losing 2 places at once. And as we come round to the chicane of death again, I do okay. To be fair, I could have got a bit closer there, but if you look behind, the guy in the yellow Nissan, he didn't. He clipped the wall and he'd slowed down and lost places. Now as we come up to the final bend, you can see that Fisher is actually making a run on 3P behind us. And I go through the corner fine, and at that point, Fisher overtakes him, 3P drops down a place. Hopefully, that means he's not going to be on my tail for the rest of the lap. And talking of laps, we'll jump ahead to lap 5 because not really much happened on lap 4, just me driving round, putting in a decent time. But we come up to this one, head down to the chicane, and ahead of me I can see Limey in the Nissan, and I'm thinking, I want that place, so I'm going to give it the beans. And unfortunately, even when you drive well, hitting an apex, carrying your speed, hitting another apex, carrying more speed again, you can't catch up to the car in front. And this is why I hate BLP, and especially BLP sprint races, because they just become a procession. And as we head down the hill to the hairpin, this is probably one of 2 places I've got a chance to catch him. Unfortunately, he takes it well, and I completely stuff it up and miss the apex. But fingers crossed, we've still got the chicane of death. So give it the beans. Now I'm lining myself up here, take quite a liberty with that curb, not so much with that one, but I want to play it safe. Brake, go through the left, clip the right, and I'm through. But unfortunately, so was Limey. I'm not going to catch him, not now. And if we just take another quick look at me going through the dreaded chicanes of death, if you guys could hit those like, subscribe and notification buttons, it would help out the channel and I would really appreciate it. And as we run the last few hundred metres of this lap, that's me across the finish line in 5th, which, to be fair, from where I started, wasn't bad. And there we see the confirmation of my 5th place, but also I managed to get a clean race, which for me means I managed to keep my S sportsmanship rating, which I do like having, and that pretty much sums it up for this week's Daily Race B, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. For more great videos like this one, just follow this link. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.